to the community, feel safe. You are no longer in danger because this shooter is gone.
We start with breaking news tonight out of the Los Angeles area. The manhunt for a mass shooter that killed 10 people is officially over, and the suspect has been identified. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kirsten Holmes.
And I'm Carrie Lane. Steve is off tonight. That shooting happened late last night at the Stardance Studio in Monterey Park. That is in LA County, just east of Los Angeles.
Yeah, there was a gathering related to Lunar New Year celebrations going on at that time when the man came in, pulled out a gun, and just started shooting. 10 people were killed and 10 others were hurt. Right now, 7 are still in the hospital.
There was a massive manhunt for the suspect throughout the day. About an hour ago, though, we learned the LA County Sheriff's Department, they confirmed that the man found dead in a van in Torrance during a police standoff is the suspected shooter.
CBS 8's Brian White is live for us in Monterey Park, just a block away from that dance studio where the shooting took place. He's been there all day gathering information as this all unfolded. Brian, what new information can you tell us?
I'm here about 1 block away from the Stardance studio here where this whole tragedy unfolded last night just before 10:30. Investigators are out here processing the crime scene, as you can see here beyond the police crime tape. You can see there's an FBI truck out there. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office is also present here. Now, law enforcement officials have been going back and forth from that truck over to the dance studio all day, which is out of sight to the left off camera. That's where the Stardance studio is. Needless to say, the mood out here is somber, and everyone is just sad about what happened.
It just shocked me and surprised me for this incident to take place.
Really feel so sad, you know. It really want to make me cry.
Shock and disbelief over a horrific and tragic mass shooting at the Stardance studio here in Monterey Park, leaving 5 women and 5 men dead and 10 others injured.
Heart is like sad. I feel so sad for those people, you know. I really feel so sad. I'm praying for them to be, you know, okay.
10 minutes later, a man showed up to another dance studio a few miles down the road in Alhambra, where people wrestled a gun out of his hands before he took off. Witnesses described a white cargo van leaving the scene. A van fitting that description was located in Torrance in a parking lot at the Del Amo Fashion Center Mall. Just before 1 o'clock, SWAT vehicles surrounded the van before smashing the windows and discovering a deceased male body slumped over the steering wheel with an apparent gunshot wound.
Investigators conducted a search of the vehicle and determined the male inside the van was the mass shooting suspect. During the search, several pieces of evidence were found inside the van linking the suspect to both locations in Monterey Park and Alhambra. In addition, a handgun was discovered inside the van.
The suspect was identified as Hu Can Tran, a 72-year-old Asian male. Now, the shooting occurred just 1 block away from where thousands of people were celebrating at the Lunar New Year festival.
The news is like really sad, you know, like for the people over here, and then they need to celebrate, you know, the Chinese New Year festival. It's like really the sadness, you know.
I feel horrible, you know. A lot of things happen, crazy people, I don't know.
We saw several people laying flowers near the scene in honor of those who lost their lives in the shooting.
I'm Chinese American, and so I'm in Long Beach, and I woke up to some really horrible news today, and I just wanted to come down and pay my respects to these victims.
Here you can see where people have been laying flowers here to pay the respects to the victims, and Victim Resource Center has been set up at the Langley Senior Citizen Center, not far from here. Reporting in Monterey Park, Brian White for CBS 8. Back to you.
All right, Brian, before we let you go, I have to ask, this area was getting ready for a lot of Lunar New Year celebrations. A lot of those celebrations may have been taken down. What have you seen out there in the area? Are they still going to celebrate, or have those all been canceled?
Well, we can speak for the one that's just down the way here on the other end of the crime scene tape. That, I believe, was the Lunar New Year festival over there on East Garvey Street, and that we heard was canceled. We haven't seen anyone coming or going from over there or heard any festivities over there today, so we believe that was actually canceled.
And Brian, real quick before we let you go, talk about the mood. Is there a sense of relief now that the community knows there's nobody at large? The suspect is dead and they are not looking for anybody else?
Yes, at least knowing that, that there isn't anyone outstanding, that is a relief to the community. However, everyone is just deeply sad here. Anyone that we've spoken to, they say they're heartbroken, they're in mourning, and they just want to support the victims and the families of the victims, as you saw with all those flowers they've been laying here.
Well, hopefully the healing process can now begin. Thank you, Brian.